What's up, Goonies? What's up, Otter Squad? Hopefully you all are having a great day. I just completed the first build. I'm hoping to do a couple more builds, different styles, different materials, but this is my first build of OTTER RAFT Bushcraft's project of the month, Rabbit Sticks Throwing Sticks, and here she is. So, I'm trying to keep that in frame. As you can see, I chose to use the padauk, the exotic wood I used for last month's project of the month, Malee May, the patu. And I wanted to try this wood out because I had some floating around still. I still had enough usable material, and I wanted to see, again, since this wood is new to me, just how it performed, how it carved again. Now that I learned something from my initial carvings of this wood, I kind of knew what to expect, so I went into it with the proper tools, with the proper mentality, and I saved myself a bunch of time. This still took a bunch of time, but it was fun nonetheless. I wanted to see the curvature, if I had any tear outs. I used a draw knife this time, so that was a different tool. I'm not used to using a draw knife, but we put that to task as well. And I'm really pleased with how this turned out. I did an asymmetrical sort of build, thinned it out, lenticular sort of shape. I tried to keep it robust around the terminal ends and keep it as balanced as possible. It's not perfectly balanced, but we're pretty, it's okay. It's okay, a little bit off, but the symmetry through and through was pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with the lines, keeping it straight down the center, the profile, and I haven't thrown it yet, but that's for another video. I wanted just to get into the build. This video is just gonna be a overview of the build and everything I went through to get this, so if you're interested in building one of these, if you've never built it before and wanted something that was more refined than just chopping up a stick in the woods and throwing it, which of course works well. You don't have to spend a ton of time or a ton of money on any of this. That's not the point. I wanted to do this because I am curious about the wood and I had access to it, so I figured why not build something that was just out of the norm for me. So I'll do a testing video later, probably when I have all the versions of the throwing sticks that I want to do for this month, and then we'll put them to task and see how they perform, differences, pros, cons, and I want to get all that data so I can present it to you with some background, with some evidence, with some firsthand, although anecdotal, but firsthand evidence, and then give you my thoughts and feelings on that. So stay tuned for that video, but for right now, let's get into the build. Stay tuned. Here we go. Roll the footage! Here's the shape. I made a template and I thought that this would be a nice little handhold position. And then my original idea was to make it symmetrical, right? To make it more traditional, like a two-sided, you know, like not like a boomerang, but this. And then I thought, make it asymmetrical, right? So depending on how you orient, you can either hit with this bladed portion or, you know, potentially make contact with this nub or any space in between. This is pretty much straight, that gentle radius into here, a little straight away towards the middle. I'm trying to keep it as balanced as possible. I know some have more weight to one side or the other, but not having made one like this, I just figured let's get strange and make it asymmetrical and just see what happens. Let's get to work. So the first thing I'm going to do is slice it in half here, so I still have this bit of workable wood for another project, and it's just going to be easier to manipulate instead of utilizing the whole board. So I don't know. I was attempting to do is just thin it out. I mean, you can see, let me grab a piece. I mean, you can see this is the standard thickness, and I've removed a quarter or a third. Yeah, about a third of the material. Trying to keep it as even as possible. Now when I start to do the shaping, it's gonna be lenticular-ish, so you remember like lens-like, right? Thin, but keep it robust. And I'm gonna try to transfer the thickness, keep it consistent, and then just slightly swell out, lens in the middle, thick to a little bit thinner on both of these blades here, and then robust to thin here. So that's what I'm aiming to do. Whether or not it'll work, I've never done this before, so we'll find out. But slow and steady, you can always take away, but you cannot add. And so just like the patu, I want to try to establish some sort of center line. It's not perfectly centered, but somewhere for me to end up. I should have done this before I started removing material, but it'll be fine. Again, not about perfection. I'm just gonna eyeball it too. So I'm gonna cut in here with this curve, and then I should just be able to subtly round this over the course. I'll take this transition over this way just to keep this robust and keep it from cracking out at the end. If possible, I'm going to chamfer it as well. So I've cut in on both sides. Pretty asymmetrical, but I started rasping this. I'm going to start rounding this over. This will be slightly more round for structure, as where this will be more apexed. If you could like, share, and subscribe, that would mean a ton. Well, if you've made it this far, I appreciate y'all's attention. I know your time is valuable, and I'm trying to provide value with the time that you're choosing to share with me, with OTTER RAFT Bushcraft, in these projects of the month. I think it's valuable to see behind the scenes and see exactly how I'm building these, and I'm curious to see how you guys are building these. So if you're going to make videos showcasing that or talking about that, please do your best to include as much details as possible. Again, the species of wood, why you chose the design that you chose, what tools you may or may not have used, any sort of successes that you've had, or any lessons that you would take away to maybe change in the future, or things that you would repeat in the future. I find this adds value because we're all trying to build a collective community of like minds and inspire each other and see what works and what doesn't work. And if we can save each other time, resources, money, anything like that, then that's a great thing in my opinion. And if we can highlight the successes, this knife really excelled, this saw really excelled, this wood variety is really easy to use, then that also helps us get closer. It moves the needle closer to repeatable success, which in bushcraft is what you want. When we're out in the bush in that context, we don't want to be, if we can, we don't want to be wasting our time in ill pursuit, something that's not going to turn out well, that's a waste of our calories, our resources, our mental energy. And if we can just have repeatable successes, so we know I need this project, I'm looking for a suitable material, this build design works out very well, time tested, it's approved, that helps us, right? Because the more you know, the less you carry. If we can go out into the woods with very minimal kit and produce a project or an implement that's going to dramatically help us at the most minimal cost, especially of calories and resources and time, then I think that that's a win-win situation. So again, if you're going to participate in these projects, use the hashtag OtterRaftPOTM, project of the month, right? OtterRaftPOTM, and that way we can start adding and continue to add to this collection, this repository of awesome builds, awesome information, as a source of inspiration for everybody that wants to participate in these, so we can see what's been done and get ideas for what hasn't been done or what's yet to be done. So I appreciate y'all watching. I appreciate y'all participating in these projects. It means a ton to me. I'm just overflowing with gratitude for each and every one of you. And again, I'm very excited to see what you guys are building. So I'm on Instagram and YouTube, so don't hesitate to tag me, collaborate with me, whatever you want to do. Like I said, I will do my best to reply, but I can only do what I can do. At the end of the day, you don't want to share, you don't want to make a video, nothing like that. You're just here for the inspiration and you want to build, then that's awesome as well. More power to you. I hope you enjoy the process. Be present with the build, be present with your tools and in the moment, and I wish you all continued success. Like always, Goonies never say die. OTTER RAFT for life. Cheers.